Alright, now it's very likely that when we load in here, it's gonna be the wrong place. If it is, then this isn't really the intro. But it is, it's the intro, just not the proper intro. Yeah, it's the wrong place. I'll see you guys in a sec. Come on. I'm getting so good at that jump. Oh man, do you know what? I might leave that swimming in. I love the music. Oh. There we go. Alright, okay, we can start from here, which is where we should have. Oh man, I've got so much to tell you guys. First, we're going to see this video again, this cutscene, because just to remind us about what was going on. Why not? Because this is where the loading screen took me to.
Find anything?
There was a map, but Father destroyed it.
Well, the acorn certainly didn't fall very far from the tree.
Oh, fuck you,
He did it
Alistair.
deliberately, to keep the information from Natla. But I'm sure he recorded everything first, and what's more, he found Thor's other gauntlet.
Where'd he put it?
Right under your nose.
Lara, how did you find this out? Okay, damn, I'm going to have to close the window here. Oh, okay, there we go. Brilliant. Wow, that was a stretch. Hi guys, and welcome to another episode. Yeah, the loading screen's a bit weird on this game. It's like you can't just start at a previous, at the beginning of each level. It just does the weird saving sections kind of thing. So I kind of got thrown back into Thailand there and had to run back through. This is my second time filming the episode. Hooray! I'll explain why in a minute. Anyway, Croft Manor. My father stripped Bogavati of artifacts and destroyed any information that might have led to Helheim, but he left behind a clue that only I would be able to understand. He must have discovered something very dangerous to destroy such an important archaeological site. Unlike me, because I destroy any archaeological site I damn well please. Yeah, so this is Croft Manor. I cut it to a black screen at the end of the last episode because I didn't want to spoil that. But yeah, apparently these initials somehow has led her back home. The next level is Croft Manor. This is the Croft Manor that level that we'll be getting in Tomb Raider Underworld. As I said before, there's no Croft Manor that serves as a tutorial in this game. Instead, it's like a level, but it's not really in the manor. You'll see. Anyway, we're gonna go with casual. Why would we want to wear jungle clothes out here? Now, first time I played through on my test run, I used the tranquilizer gun, which was crap. It was naff. I don't know what was wrong with it. It was just it couldn't even kill like individual insects. There's loads of insects on this level that you got to fight, and the tranquilizer gun just sucked at that. So then I played through with the assault rifle in the interest of keeping this as similar to the previous version of this video I did. Let's go with that. So anyway, picked our weapon, picked our outfit, and we can get in. Cutscene.
My apologies, Lady Croft, but I have not tended to the crypt.
Why didn't you ever tell us this was down here?
Yeah, I wish I still didn't know. You know what? I'll wait up here.
I did warn you that playing your music so loud could wake the dead.
She's giving them torches. Are they going to be in the level? Are they coming with us?
Damn. This is creepy.
What makes you think it's here?
Father signing his name with all three initials was a clear reference to my grandfather. Light, please.
Faces are quite good. She genuinely looks surprised when she finds that switch.
Well, it seems my father was full of surprises.
Indeed. Okay, take note where this cutscene ends. What the? Wow, what just happened to our hair there, by the way? That's crazy. Alright, this is... Oh, man, I've already had this rant, so now it's going to feel crap. This is crazy, though. They do that cutscene, specifically go out of the way in the cutscene to make it look like Alistair and Zip are going to be coming with you. They've got the torches. They got that crazy box as well. What's the box supposed to be for? And then you start the level, and you're mysteriously not where you just were. You're at the bottom of this huge shaft, and they've disappeared, and they're not going to be talking to you just like in any other level. Doesn't it look like the original plan for the game was they were going to be much more heavily involved in the story, but then they got cut out later? It's like the first chunk of this level, this is a really short level by the way, was like cut out. It really does seem that way. So the cutscene just kind of ends and all of a sudden we're just down here for some reason, and this is where things begin, so we don't actually get to play with them, which sucks. But yeah, I had probably a much better rant on that last time. We've got some journal entries to read, because before, obviously, we had a couple in Thailand that I never read. Natla, Thailand Expedition, Bogavati, did we read this? The capital of Patala, the seventh netherworld in Hindu tradition. It's populated by Naga. Yes, we did definitely read that one, and we read about the Naga. But then there was 2 more, 3 more, in fact, 4 more. Okay, so then we got layers of history. The Hindu ruins are ancient, but the Niflheim site is far older still, old enough to have been above sea level at the tail end of the last ice age. These ruins here are stylistically identical and of comparable age. The Hindu built on top of the far older ruins below, creating this stark contrast of architectural style and weathering. I love that idea. So that's I kind of explained that before when we were in Thailand. Then we have Thor's strength, which unlocked, I guess, when we got the gauntlet and start moving stuff around. Of all the gods in human mythology, Thor was among the strongest. The stories of his strength stem from the truth, however, as the power of this gauntlet now reveals. The power in the gauntlet stone somehow activates specially prepared objects and renders them virtually weightless. Doubtless, this would have appeared as extraordinary strength to anyone unaware of the ancient artifact being employed. Odin. Odin is the god of wisdom in Norse mythology and father to Thor. In one account, he gained his wisdom by sacrificing his eye to the wellspring beneath Yggdrasil, is how they said it, the world tree. There he foresaw Ragnarok, the final battle that would destroy the world and the gods themselves. And also that even with this knowledge, he would be unable to stop it. So yeah, Norse mythology, they believe the end of the world. That was a big theme of like old stuff like that. Like they always had a story about how the world would end, but that kind of died out, I guess, in like, you know, modern day. But anyway, Ragnarok was the Norse one. Interesting point here to be made. The idea, I guess, is where they're trying to ground these kind of magical things and stuff in realism. The idea is that there was a real man, supposedly called Odin, and a real man called Thor, and Odin was Thor's son, perhaps, and the theory would go, these were just people, but they had these artifacts, so the common man started to look at them and say, oh, look, Thor has got impossible inhuman strength, he must be a god, when really he was just kind of manipulating these artifacts that came from, you know, predated him by potentially even further. Then we've got Odin's map room, which of course was destroyed. On the wall it's written, "My son, your treasures here and far are protected by the dead. This gauntlet's twin, Meginjord, and the mighty Mjolnir, to keep Jormungandr subdued." Whether the historical Odin was the literal father of Thor is not certain, but the two figures were related in some manner. Thor's hammer, belt, and gauntlets were apparently hidden throughout the world to restrain the Midgard serpent, Jormungandr. What this means exactly and the nature of the Midgard serpent are unknown. Perhaps a reference to how the artifact are protected by the dead is a clue. And obviously we'll learn more about this as the game goes along. Lastly, we've got the Croft family crypt. In Bogavati, my father inscribed a message that read, "Natla, I see your goal and am your puppet no longer." Whatever the partnership they had dissolved because of what he found there, and it must have been of major significance, because I have never known father to desecrate a site like I do. But he left me a clue that I believe will tell me where he concealed the artifacts and information he recovered from Thailand. So yeah, there you go. Well, that's a little bit of a recap. I don't want to rush the level. My first time recording this, okay. I'll explain why the recording kind of got buggered up. First time recording this, I went through really quickly. The pace was awesome, and I was like, yeah, this is good. I actually managed to keep pace. But then it ended really quickly. You guys would have had like, I don't know, 7-minute videos each day because I finished the level so fast. So I don't know. I might take my time a little bit more. There was loads of stuff to talk about, and I guess in one way there's even more now. Anyway, we're coming to this room, and believe it or not, this room, essentially, what you can see here all the way to that back wall, is the majority of the level. And you might think, oh man, this is going to be a huge, massive puzzle, and oh, there's going to be so much to do here. There's not. There's really not. The level's just very, very short, and this is the majority of what we'll be experiencing there. As far as enemies go, it's mostly just insects and stuff, and some things we'll fight later, which we'll get to when we get to. But yeah, so basically what happened